Hey everybody, it's Cam coming at you with another video this afternoon, and this video is just going to be about AMC and Gamestop, as Gamestop does have earnings tomorrow, and AMC had a pretty big sell-off today, gap down pre-market and just continued to sell off most of the morning, and then found buying support, below $12, got down to 11.8. So here we'll look at the daily chart right now. See the high today 13.19, low 11.76. So previous video I made over the weekend, I was looking at that 13.2 fib. So if you draw just varying levels of fibs going from the lows of the last previous weeks, 78.6, 61.8, you had a lot of consolidation around there about that 13.2 level. Look to use that 13.2 level today in pre-market, so we'll go look at the 5-minute chart here, see what I'm talking about. So this morning pre-market got down to 13, got back to the 13.2 level, and then going into the open, volume picked up, in the 625 to 630, pushed us below that 13.2, and we never looked back, right? So sold off all the way down to 12.5 in the first 5-minute candle, right? Dip buying occurred, pushed this thing back up to 13, but couldn't get it on top of that 9 EMA, and then we sold off all morning down to 11.8. Buyers come back in, try to push it higher, still can't get through the 9 EMA, pull back, basically form a double bottom here in the 11.8 area. Get some buying occurring, get back to the 50 EMA here, sells off, but we're consolidating, right? So we're getting some higher highs here in the afternoon trading and some higher lows, right? So consolidating back up, but price gets above the EMAs right into the close. Buyers come into the close. Another big block trade. Not a significant volume as Friday. Right, Friday's block trade right after close was 48 million. Today only 5 million for AMC, but AMC closes at 12.49. Down 10% on the day. So SSR will be triggered for tomorrow. But if we pop back out to the daily, you'll see that 12.49 close allows the close to be above this 9 EMA on the daily at 12.42. So obviously that's going to be the first line of support. Going forward, looking at tomorrow, you'll see here the low of the day did kind of push into this gap, but we didn't get the fuller crackdown, and kind of surprising too, right? So there is kind of a void of volume here from 12 all the way down to $11. And this yellow fib line I added over the weekend, right? So from the previous intraday high 2036 down to the low of this move, so 526, you'll see the highs right here of the previous week basically got up to that 38.2 level, and but we sold through the 50 level. So if we keep selling off, it looks like the $11 area is the target for the downside, right? So the 61.8 lines up with 38.2 accordingly. So that $11 could be of interest. Also volume void there. So if the buyers can't come in this week, we might see this thing pull back all the way down to that $11 area, and that also could coincide here with the 22 EMA for the daily. So that downside could be mitigated also following GameStop. So GameStop does have earnings tomorrow, but GameStop was pretty quiet today. So if you hop over to GameStop, right, you'll see here finished right on the day down at 194.49, down almost 3%, but quite lower in volume, right? So 24 million shares Friday, only 9.6 million today. And you see here once again this 38.2 fib, which I've been talking about in just about every AMC GameStop video I've had. Is again acting as an area of support or resistance. So the low got right down to 86.2, so basically touched off that 38.2 line, acting as the area of resistance there. We had the high previously on the 25th. The 9 crossed here on that flash crash from the 10th, and again kind of a bit lower. I think this one was really using the support off this 9 EMA, but this 186 level has been an area of interest in the prior weeks. So if we just go down to the 5-minute, see the intraday action, you can see pretty significant drop in range from the previous days, but we get the spike right in the open, right, and then profit taking, right? So 210 drop all the way down to 190 in the first half an hour of the day. Can't get back above the moving averages of 22s here, so we roll down, create a new low. Right, buyers are protecting this line, only get down to 188, and then we push higher in the afternoon. Still can't get above the 200 on the 5-minute chart. We see here after hours we are, coiling up a little bit on top of the EMAs. So looking at GameStop's earnings for tomorrow's, if you just Google GameStop earning report, what to expect, some of the titles are pretty interesting. So if we just, let me find, struggling over here today. So if we just hop over, just a quick DuckDuckGo search. But here GameStop's what to expect. So I'll open that one. We can go through that one. Earnings countdown. What awaits stock? That MSN one's the same as the Nasdaq. Market's a little different. NY Post. But Barron's here, kind of made me laugh. GameStop earnings are coming. Nobody knows what to expect. And that's kind of it. You can say most earnings plays. You flip a coin, binary choice, good, bad, indifferent, whatever it is. But GameStop's definitely up in the air with this is the first report since the squeeze back in January. Different analysts have different expectations for it, but this is Zach's consistent estimate for revenues is pegged at 2.24 billion, which indicates a 2.2% increase from the prior year. That puts the EPS at 1.46, which is 50% higher than the prior quarter, 1.27. That's primarily driven by the new console releases being Xbox Series X and the PS5. But one thing that they're looking at too is just like their digital partnerships, their store increase, and then they had a massive increase in e-commerce sales. So their companies, just this section here is what I'm reading. For this said duration, the company's comparable store sales increased 4.8% year over year. Marked e-commerce sales surged 309%. Such trends are likely to have continued the rest of the quarter as well. So that was as of January 2nd, which is a good thing, right? So the Ryan Cohen hiring, basically on their board, being from Chewy, his whole plan was to make GameStop an e-commerce power to rival Amazon. So obviously that 310% is a great sign that his way of thinking, his ideas are pushing this company forward in that direction. But how will that affect? Maybe people are expecting a higher rate increase, so it'll be interesting to see what their plans are going forward. Definitely in that regard, and then also what they are going to do financing wise. So with the stock price being so elevated, it wouldn't be uncommon for them to do an offering just to capitalize on the move that's already occurred to fund their future endeavors, and B, it's kind of been expected. You see all these people on NBC and others talking about GameStop when they're going to do an offering, or why haven't they done it yet. But as the cut states open back up, they have enough money to stay funded. They may not do it, and they want to see the price squeeze. There could be different reasons this way or that way. So their earnings call is going to be of interest, especially with their forward projections. So that's what I got for you guys in this video on AMC and GameStop. I believe the earnings are in the morning. I might be wrong on that. Well, in the mornings or not, we'll be looking at ready to go. So hope you guys had a good day, and we'll see you in the next one.